So this book is about growing up in the world of horse racing, and I had a lot of other books that I read. I'm a student of the memoir, and I've taught the memoir and read quite a few of them, and finally set off on writing my own memoir. And a lot of this book is about my love for my father and growing up in a completely different age in the 50s and 60s in the horse world. And where I live on the manor over in Moncton, almost everyone was in that world. And so it was really incredible. They worked together all day, and then they'd party together at night and get up and work together the next day. So here's a preface. Esposito's is a bar outside the back gate to Belmont Park. And that's sort of a legendary place where riders would go, a lot of reporters would go. Frank DeFord, the writer, said he stopped in there quite a few times. It was the place to go to see the real racetrack people. And we went there usually every morning after work. And I'd have a Heineken. That was a cool drink to have when you were 15 or so years old. During my childhood days, whether seated at the bar in Esposito's or waiting for my father outside the Jocks Room in Saratoga, I listened to tales of my father that were as influential and character-forming as those heard by a Greek boy about the exploits of Odysseus. The stories I heard were about a living legend, and they had several major themes. To be a man, one must ride, one must drink, one must take daily life-threatening risks. One must push himself to the utmost, one must attract women. Mom didn't like that part. One must have no fear, one must have nerve. That was the big word. Nerve was everything. To be a man, you had to be like one of the early astronauts, or better yet, be like the great test pilot Chuck Yeager. You had to be able to stay up all night carousing, arise early, lose 5 pounds driving in a hot car, I'll call on you in a minute, and then go out and ride that horse better than anyone in the world. You did it calmly, all in a day's work, knowing that the week before a fellow rider pilot had been killed on this horse or in that plane. You had to have the right stuff. And you had to be able to do this whether you had pneumonia, bronchitis, a broken shoulder, a cracked collarbone, no peripheral vision, or were so stiff from being run over by a whole field of racehorses the day before that you could barely walk. There was also another side to the stories. My father gave. He helped people without expecting anything back. He gave people second and third chances. He gave them money. He gave them jobs. He gave them meals. He gave them drinks. He gave them the benefit of the doubt. He gave them loyalty and love. My father gave his life to that which he loved, the sport of racing and the thoroughbred horse. So I thought I'd read that because there are very many people in the thoroughbred, in the racing business, who are giving their lives to it.